Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Knox, U.S. Global Command 11.4. Okay, here we go with tech, advanced logistics, SDI has 2 dice on it, advanced manufacturing, advanced airborne. Advanced manufacturing and advanced airborne, the others missed. Those both go to stage 2. Okay. There's no global operations. There's nothing nuclear-wise to request. So it's military aid and purchase time. Sending NATO an airborne and a destroyer for 7. Spending 6 battle stars on a minor shipyard upgrade. 24 on a total of 6 MBTs. 10 on a pair of destroyers and a frigate. 13 on an advanced ASF and an F-117, and 16 on 2 air cavs and 2 MBTs. Yeah, I know I got orange. I had to bring in a placeholder because I have run out of American MBTs. I guess I'm going to have to buy more and paint some more. These things happen when one side is doing pretty good, which the Americans are. You're going to need to put a lot of units on the map. Okay, so that was purchase. And then, I forgot to lay the missiles out. So it's 3 anti-ship missiles built and 5 cruise missiles. So 5 cruise missiles and 3 anti-ship missiles. There we go. Combat. All right. It's kind of like the NATO turn. There's going to be a good bit of combat here. They have the units and the targets to do it. Okay, the first thing that's going to happen is there's going to be an unopposed attack and capture of Kashmir. That MBT gets right up there and captures Kashmir. No battle stars for an unopposed capture. Okay, next thing that's going to happen is the guys here in North Pac, 2 MBTs, 2 fighters, are going to attack Afghanistan. Oh, there's also 2 attack choppers. Attack Afghanistan. They're going to be joined by the fighter from South Pakistan. He's going into the attack. The B-52 from New Delhi is going to come over and carpet bomb. A Top Gun ASF, an attack bomber, and a fighter from the carrier in I-6. 1-2 into the attack. The fighter is going to be running a seed mission against the SPAG. And the attack bomber, the Americans are going to pull the trigger on the Soviets. The attack bomber will be dropping battlefield nukes. So there's that attack. This Marine slides over for the unopposed capture of eastern Iran. Again, there's no battle star for that. Okay, next we have an MBT and an attack chopper in Baghdad that are going to attack Mosul. They're going to be joined in their attack by this A-10 and this attack bomber, which again will drop battlefield nukes. So there's an attack on Mosul. Then the MBT in Yemen is going to attack South Yemen. The two cancel those two. The two mechs from Eastern Saudi will join the attack. The A-10 here will join the attack. And these three fighters from Basra are going to fly 1, 2, 3 down here to also join that attack. Okay, that's that. Over here, once again, chasing him back and forth, the two SSNs and the destroyer attack the SSN in A41. And then here's going to be the big show. This is going to be the fun one. I think we can see all this. Okay. B-1 bomber is going to take off from southern England, and he flies, let me see how I did this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces down here to Western Ukraine. When he gets here, can you see him? Yeah, you can see him. When he gets there, he's going to do a paving strike on the major air base there. After that, hopefully successful, he's going to do a nuclear facility strike on the major army base there. Joining in, coming out of Rhineland and flying 1, 2, 3 to get there. We have 2 ASFs that are going along as mission escorts. Two attack bombers are going to do a battlefield nuke surgical strike on the land units in this zone. And also coming out of Rhineland, a strategic bomber that doesn't. These super tall flight stands are a pain. The tops of them, when I got them, the tips of them were rounded. I have filed them and still can't get them completely flat. And they don't hold the magnets square and tight. Anyway, B-52 is going to come over to eastern Poland where there's no air defense and he's not within anyone's scramble range. And he's going to carpet bomb. And, oh yeah, there's one more. The American theater missile sitting here in Picardy moves 1 space over to Rhineland. And then he's going to shoot his missile 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces over here to target the major army base in Leningrad. that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's come back over here and get started. Oh, I forgot one. Here in I-6, a cruiser and 2 destroyers are each shooting 1 cruise missile, 1-2 into Tehran in a surgical strike. There we go. Now I think that is all of the combat. So let's do that surgical strike first. Soviet SAM gets AMD. 1 missile is shot down. The other 2 fly in. And there is 1 land target select hit, because we have PGMs. So get these guys out of here. And they are going to select a mech. Okay, there's that. Now we will do the fight in Afghanistan. Yeah, I'm going to move it to the board just to make it easier to keep track of what's going on. Okay, we're set. I forgot. There's also 2 fighters from UAE that fly 1, 2, 3 to get into the attack as well. The only first strike we have is the seed mission. In case maybe you have forgotten, it's actually not a first strike. But actually, he goes over there. It's not. Never mind. In regular combat, seed negates the first strike of 1 SAM or SPAG. The SPAG will still get to shoot all of its dice. It just will do it in regular combat instead of first strike. And then the fighter can undertake a regular attack as part of the mission as long as he's not doing air superiority. So, here we go. So now there's no first strike. So we have a Top Gun ASF, misses. We have 5 fighters on air superiority. 1, 2, 3, yeah. 5 fighters on air superiority, and there are 3 air superiority hits. So that is 3 air battle stars for the Americans. Now we have B-52 carpet bombing. 1 hit. 1 general hit. We have 2 MBTs for 1, nope, 3, because he's mountains, so that's not a hit. 2 attack choppers. There is 1 land target select hit. There it is. 1 fighter. It's a miss. And attack bomber with triple dice. He gets 2 hits. So that goes up to 3 general hits. Okay, in defense, we have 2 early gen fighters on air superiority. They miss. 1 fighter on air superiority. Miss. The SPAG gets 3 air defense shots. 1 hit, but it does not count for a battle star. And then 2 mechs for 1 general hit. Okay, there's that. So there's 7 hits in total, and there are 2, 3, 4, 6 enemy units, so they are wiped out. All gone. 1 air hit. The Americans will take going to take the air hit on a fighter and 1 general hit one general hit. They will take on an MBT. All right, let me put things back. Okay, the Americans get a land battle star for capturing the zone. Afghanistan is not worth any money. Fallout goes up to 5. And now we're going to do the fight in South Yemen. That one I'm not going to put on the board. So let's see if we can get this. There's no first strikes by anybody. So let's see if we can get this over with quick. 3 fighters on air superiority. There is 1 air hit. 1 air hit. Now we have an A-10. He missed. So much for getting it over quick. 2 MBTs at 3, or 1 MBT at 3. Miss. 2 mechs at 2. And there are 2 general hits. And we thought the guys on the high end would do it, and the guy on the low end did it. Let's see, 3 hits is what are needed, so that will wipe out the enemy. 2 early gen MBTs defend for nothing. Early gen fighter defends on air superiority for nothing. So these guys come off here. That comes off. Get these out of the way. We have very limited space there. Roundel. And there's the air. Waiting for non-combat. Not worth any money. Oh, no income money anyway. Okay, next, the fight in Mosul. Again, I'm not going to battle board it. There's just a single defender. No first strike by anybody, so attack bomber, triple dice. There are 2 hits, only 1 was needed, so the enemy's kaput. He defends and gets 1 general hit. this guy's off of here. American roundel. The Americans keep having success. I may run out of roundels for them too. Okay, we have to take one hit. There was an MBT and an attack chopper came out of Baghdad. We're going to have to take the hit on the attack chopper so that the MBT can survive to capture the zone. So there's another land battle star for the Americans. Fallout goes up to 6. These guys will just wait to land in non-combat. Okay, next up we are going to have A41. Same thing as before, you know the drill. The destroyer negates the first strike of the Soviet sub, but the Americans get theirs. And there is a first strike hit. The Soviet is sunk and the battle is over. So he comes off there. And the South Atlantic is once again free for all to transit as they will. Oh wait, they sunk an enemy submarine defending alone. That is worth a naval battle star. Okay, here we go around here now. I think we're going to get the auxiliary tray over here. All right, so get everything I need over here ready. So the first thing we have going on here is the Soviets do have an ASF within range of Western Ukraine, but he is severely outnumbered, so they're not going to scramble and attempt interception. Okay, so the paving strike, that's a Soviet major air base, so it gets 2 AMD shots. Both miss. The paving strike is rolled at a D4. That's going to be a 2, so that is 1 damage. 1 damage is enough. That's all it takes to put an air base out of operation. So now these Soviet planes here in Western Ukraine can't scramble and try to intercept the rest of the strike. So now the B-1 is going to stay in this zone, and it's going to do a nuclear facility strike on the major army base. It gets 2 AMD shots. And both miss. So now we have, for the AGM-86B, we have 2d6. It's 8 damage onto the major army base. Take that missile off. The B-1 is done now. And on comes the attack bomber, the 2 attack bombers for nuclear or battlefield nuke surgical strike. 3 dice each. There are 4 hits. And there are 4 land units, so they are all turned to ash. The step is on fire. Okay, that part of all that is done. Now the B-52 is going to carpet bomb in eastern Poland. There's no air defense there. Nobody's in scramble range that can. Okay, there's one carpet bombing hit. The Soviets are going to take that on in early Gen MBT. Okay, that's that over there. Now we have the theater missile strike on the major army base in Leningrad. So there's 2 AMD shots there. Both miss. And now the theater missile is 2d6. 8 damage again. 8 damage is kind of popular. There's 8 damage on that major army base. And I think that is it for combat. Yes, I believe that's it for combat. Okay, non-combat movement. Everybody from over here has enough range left to land in western Poland. So that's what we're going to do with them. It's a NATO-possessed air base, so they won't be able to launch any airstrikes from there next turn. But I'd say they did pretty good this turn. It was worth it. The B-52 is... He has the legs to return to Rhineland. So he's going to do so that he will have the possibility of being able to go on a strike next turn. Let me count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the attack bombers... The attack bombers can make it back to Rhineland too, but the ASFs can't. So we'll go ahead and do that. That out of there. Okay. That's there. I'll come over this way. The American guys here in Bavaria are moving up to West Czechoslovakia. There we go. The self-propelled artillery moves 1, 2 up to Bavaria. The mech and the Spag move 1, 2 into East Germany. I think that's it there. Yeah, I believe that's it there. Over here like this a little bit. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, we got these 4 sea lifting units here. 1, 2, 3. They come ashore in Picardy via the major shipyard and major port. There they are right there. Do you like that? I think. And now I think you can see it. The frigate down here in A24, 1, 2, 3, 4 with port bonus to join that fleet. The cruiser and frigate here in A26, 1, 2, 3, up here to A3. There are 2 attack choppers in northeast United States. The United States has finished advanced logistics. So they have 2 heavy airlifts available. They did not use either one in for anything else. So they are heavy airlifting 2 attack choppers into the that's a minor air base that belongs to NATO. It's only good for 1. So the Americans will airlift the 2 attack choppers into the major joint air base at Rhineland, I think. Is that where they want to put them? No, actually, that's not where they're going to go. Because if we come around here and use a U.S. possessed base, they can both go into a minor, because with advanced logistics completed, all American air bases get +1 to their airlift capacity. So we're going to put these 2 attack choppers into the minor air base here in North Pakistan. That's where they're actually going to go. Yeah, we'll put them in there. All right. Next. This destroyer and frigate in M8. 1, 2, 3. Out to A40. 2 diesel boats in I4. 1, 2. Into M8. Heading for the Atlantic, because there isn't anything for them to do in the Indian Ocean anymore. Right. These 2 MBTs in Macau are going to use strategic land movement and say 1, 2, 3. Gotta look, I forgot what I'm building in Baghdad. Okay. Then they're gonna go 1, 2, 3 into Shiraz using strategic land movement. 2 MBTs in UAE also using strategic land movement. 1, 2, 3 into Basra. There isn't too much threat down here. So the SAM from Macaw, using strategic land movement, 1, 2, 3, into Shiraz. The two next-gen MBTs in North Saudi will go one, two into Shiraz. Get these out of here. The air from the South Yemen fight lands in Macaw. The air from the Mosul fight lands here in Baghdad. Okay, the mech from West Bengal, 1, 2, over to South Pakistan. The 3 MBTs from Hyderabad over to South Pakistan. Yeah, I don't know. I must have laid them down over there. I'm missing a bunch of arrows. Sorry. The B-52 is going to land back here in Hyderabad. The Navy Air, 1. Yeah. The Navy Air is all flying back to their ship in I-6. Four fighters from Afghanistan land back in North Pac. This MBT from New Delhi moves up to North Pakistan. And since he's really not needed here anymore, we're going to take this American SSN, and he is going to go 1, 2, 3 over here to I-5. Okay. I think that's it for non-combat. I believe it is. Now we're placing units. All right, so we have 2 MBTs and 2 air calves going into Baghdad. Now we have, get a little closer so you can see better. 2 MBTs into Shiraz. So that becomes a green. And now I can take the placeholder away and get a proper American MBT into Baghdad. And we have 2 MBTs going into North Pakistan. So we get rid of that placeholder and do him with a chip. The final 2 MBTs are going into New Delhi. Then we have to head to the other side of the world for the rest of it. grab these guys while I'm going. Do her all in one trip. Okay, the F-117 and the Advanced ASF, built in Northeast United States. 2 destroyers and a frigate go into A-24. The minor shipyard upgrade goes down here to Gulf States. And then the military aid delivery, airborne, is delivered to the minor air base there in Nordland. No, actually, that's not where we want him. Minor air base in minor air base in East Germany. That's where we want him. And then the destroyer is built in port because these nasty little boys here, in port here in Scotland. Let me grab an in-port marker for him before I forget. It's not built in port, it's delivered in port to Scotland. And that's it for placing units and delivering aid. Now let's tally the money. The Americans, the stuff they captured, none of it was actually worth any money. So they're still at 62. Plus 8 for Good Morning in America is 70. Plus, where are we at here? 1 for Eastern Iran, 1 for Mosul, and 1 for Kashmir. Oh, Assam, it can be easy to overlook. Assam right here does belong to India. Yeah, it does. So I didn't leave anybody to capture that. We'll have to think about that later because that's also worth a bonus point for the Americans. But that's 3 wartime income bonus. So they're going to get a total of 73. And then add to their missile stockpiles. And there we are. Let's come over here and look at this. The Americans do get another one for South Yemen. So let's get that strategic objective marked. And they get one for Afghanistan as well. Okay, so that's what the situation looks like on the strategic objectives chart. Ozark Outpost, over and out.